Good day, everyone.
I was born and raised in Detroit. Growing up there, I saw people like me running things.
This is a courtroom, not a circus, so we're gonna calm down.
I'm sorry.
What I found there was a passion that I didn't know existed.
This is the bottom line.
I'm excited to free fall into the limitless possibilities with we the people. So many are fearful of the law. They think it's something that works against them.
I think you need to begin to accept responsibility for your mistakes.
We are the people.
Hairstylist Donetta Wilson claims she lost business after a client badmouthed her to 300,000 social media followers.
All right.
Ariel King says Ms. Wilson gave her a bad hairdo because she went to another stylist. The defendant is countersuing for $2,000.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lauren Lake presiding.
You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello, thank you, Sean. Good day, everyone.
Good day.
This is a case of Wilson versus King. Ms. Wilson, you are suing Ms. King for $3,000 for defamation. Ms. King, you are countersuing for $2,000. Plaintiff, you say that the defendant defamed you on Instagram, claiming that you intentionally damaged her hair. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And defendant, you say that the plaintiff damaged her hair out of jealousy, and you're countersuing for pain and suffering. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. What happened with this hair? Who's the hairdresser? Who's the client?
I'm the hairdresser.
You're the hairdresser.
Yes.
Please tell me what happened. How long had Ms. King been a client of yours?
She was my client for 4 years, and then she stopped.
4 years, okay.
Yes, she stopped being my client last year. She just ghosted me out of nowhere. And then she reached out to me this past July to do a silk press for her.
All right, so she reached out to you to do a silk press?
Yes.
Okay, and how did that go, Ms. King? You just thought of her? What made you decide to call Ms. Wilson?
So originally I was with her, but I had moved to a new apartment, and she was a lot further away from my new apartment, so I had to go with another stylist. But I also went with this stylist because I do hair content on my social media, and Donetta wasn't comfortable being on camera with my content and on my social media. So I went with this hairstylist for that year that I did not see Donetta, but she wasn't available for my appointment that I needed for my hair campaign that I had the following day. So then I went with Donetta at the last minute.
Okay, so you called Ms. Wilson and said, hey, do you have time to fit me in for a silk press?
Yes.
All right, and so you remembered her, she had been your client, you said yes.
She
All right.
was a little rude on the phone when she called me. She was talking
That's
as
not
if
true.
she wasn't my client for 4 years, or like we didn't have a friendship at that time.
In what way?
She was just saying, like, I don't want you to use chemicals on my hair. This campaign is really important to me. I need to make sure you know what you're doing.
Did you used to use chemicals when she was your client before?
No, she's always been natural, so I don't understand why that had came up, and I was a little offended by it, but I was professional.
All right, what happens when you get to the appointment, Ms. King?
So I get to the appointment and I show her a hair inspo of what I wanted. It was straightened and then curled. That's what I wanted.
Straightened and then loose curls.
Yes, loose curls.
And the loose curls came from a curling iron or from a wand or from like rollers, like a roller set?
It came from curling irons.
All right, so you showed her the picture, and did you feel like you could achieve that look on her, Ms. Wilson?
Yes, I was more than confident. She had hesitancies, so I decided to take a patch of her hair to straighten it and show her this is what it'll be. We wetted the hair after that so that she can see that the curl would revert. And with that confidence of seeing that happening, she wanted to continue on with the appointment. So I went over all the products, I went over everything I was gonna use. She understood fully, and I went ahead and did the service for her. And at the end of the service, she was happy. We both were. It looked amazing.
You liked it at the end of the service?
Yes, it was a great job. She did a great job.
Did anyone bring
I
a
liked
picture
the
of what it
results.
looked like when it was done?
Yes, I do have a picture.
I'll take your little folder here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, where did we go wrong? I mean, we like our hair. We called our old stylist back.
So here's what went wrong, Your Honor. So that silk press was for a hair campaign that I did the next day. Now, a few days went by and I went to my original hairstylist and told her that I wanted to refresh my curls, like go back to my natural curly hair, because that's what most of my content is about. It's about natural curly hair, hair care, things like that.
Okay.
And as she was trying to restore my curls, she had asked me, did I put relaxer in my hair, or did the hairstylist put relaxer in my hair? And I said, no, because you would be able to know that. And she showed me a picture. She took a picture, she showed me, and my curls were straightened pretty much. It was not my original curl pattern. And I was devastated because she has worked on my hair before. And so I'm wondering myself, Your Honor, what went wrong? Because she knows my kitchen in and out. Like, what is going on?
And she also did the test area, and she says the curls reverted back.
Exactly.
Coming up.
What do you think happened?
I'm not sure. She wasn't seeing me for a year going into it. Anything could have happened. My problem is that she went to her 300,000 followers to say that I ruined her hair. She said that I nuked her hair.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with the case of Donetta Wilson, who brought Ariel King to court for hurting her hairstyling business.
Do you have a picture of what your curl looked like after you tried to wet it again?
Yes, it's in
This is
that
it?
one. Yes.
This is it when you have the green?
Yes, when I have the green. So you can see in the
They're
front
a little
there,
looser.
Yes, it's much looser. It's not as bouncy, it's not as full as it was in the previous photo.
And the other stylist had fully washed, conditioned, and put product in your hair when they...
Yes, when they had tried to get my curls back. And when I had told her, you know, how can I fix it? Like, what can I do? She had told me, well, I will try my best to get your curls back, but you may have to, you know, if it's not in the desire that you want, you may have to go to a specialist, or you may have to just cut it to start back over again. And to me, that put some fear in me, because I'm thinking, well, I've been doing this journey for so long, like, I don't want to have to start over, you know?
So, Ms. Wilson, I want to hear from you, because you are the professional. You see the difference in the curl pattern on the picture. What do you think happened?
I'm not sure. She wasn't seeing me for a year going into it. Anything could have happened. My problem is that she went to her 300,000 followers to say that I ruined her hair. She said that I nuked her hair. And her doing that sent hundreds of thousands of people in my comments. Like, I don't have that many followers. All of my clients, like, we talk through text, everything like that. And I had no idea that she had did this until clients were texting me, canceling their appointments out of nowhere. And at first I didn't think anything of it until a coworker had told me that Ariel had posted a video, and the video was completely defaming my business. And for a small business owner with somebody with 300,000 followers, like, that can completely kill my business. And it did. I had over 4 or 5 people texting me, canceling their appointments for no reason, and then eventually telling me that the video was why.
Ms. King, when you reached out to Ms. Wilson and said, listen, my hair, the curls are different now.
She didn't reach out.
You never reached out?
I didn't reach out, Your Honor. I was so upset to the point where I did not even want to talk to Donetta, because it really threw me off, because she knows my hair. So,
but how did you think you had been a client of hers for 4 years, right? You trusted her enough that when your other stylist wasn't available, you called her.
Right.
You went to her, you saw her walk through the products, do the test, everything was fine. You agreed to go forward with the service based upon what the test looked like. She even washed it out and showed that your curl pattern came back. Why is it that you didn't trust her enough at that point, even though your curl pattern was looser, to get the details, like even to say, hey, I wanted to call and just go over the products you use. Maybe it was a certain chemical in one of the conditioners or something, who knows, like to do a little investigation and exploration as to what could have happened, because you were sitting there, so you would know she didn't do anything. You think she put something different on your hair than she did on the test piece?
I really don't know. She's the professional, Your Honor. So for me,
right, which is why I'm saying if you went to another professional, because see, I'm gonna say this, and I don't want y'all, don't be atting me. Don't do a video on me, but I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Sometimes hairdressers can be like plumbers. Have you all ever hired like one plumber to do something, and then you hire another plumber to come? Whatever the first plumber did, the second plumber is going to say they did that all wrong, or they would have done that differently. Has anybody had that experience? That's just like a thing. Like, I always laugh about this, like I call it the plumber syndrome. And I feel like it's that way too sometimes, even with various type of care professionals and hair professionals, where you go to one person and they give you an entire regimen and you believe that, and then when you go to someone else, they say, well, I don't use that. I use this, and we should do it this way, and you should never straighten your hair. Professionals have differences of opinions, which can send you spinning sometimes when you're not a professional. My point being is, why is it that once you felt like maybe something went wrong, you didn't call her back and say, can you walk me through what you did again? Because look, you can see me. My hair is different. And maybe have her explain, based upon what she did to your hair, why you might get that result. Why is it you didn't give her that opportunity?
I really just trusted on the hairstylist that I was working with at the moment.
And that
she
hairstylist
totally
was the one that
jealous.
helped you grow your curls out, and you were doing the content with.
Yes.
And that was the one. Well, I couldn't say you trusted more. You preferred to go with because she also was conducive to you doing content, right?
Yes.
Coming up,
Wow. Miss King, you really went in for somebody that didn't even give somebody a chance to explain.
You know, I was just sharing my truth, Your Honor. I was sharing my experience.
you're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with the case of Donetta Wilson, who brought Ariel King to court for hurting her hairstyling business.
All right, so you do the video. Did anybody bring the video?
I have the video.
Okay, I'd like to see it, please.
Hey Curl Kingdom, I just wanted to give y'all a little update on my silk press that I had with Donetta Wilson. And y'all, let me tell y'all, it was bad. She completely nuked my hair. It was damaged, and I honestly believe that she was just jealous of the fact that I made it and she didn't. And you just gotta be careful with jealous people.
Wow. Miss King, you really went in for somebody that didn't even give somebody a chance to explain.
You know, I was just sharing my truth, Your Honor. I was sharing my experience. There was no way I wanted to intentionally defame her, intentionally like badmouth her. But this is just me speaking from my mind, speaking honestly with my followers, with the people who I share my journey with, that this is the experience that I had.
All right, well, what concerns this court after listening to this testimony is that, you know, Miss King, you never really gave Miss Wilson a chance to cure or to respond to what you believed was a service that you were dissatisfied with. Miss Wilson, you're suing her for $3,000 for defamation. You say that your business was harmed. Do you have evidence to show how your business was harmed specifically?
I have text messages showing the cancellations.
Are they in your folder that you
Yes.
submitted?
Coming up,
After I found out about the video, I went back to ask if the video was the cause. And while I was also trying to reach out to Ms. King about why she did this and if there was any way that I could correct it.
you're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with the case of Donetta Wilson, who brought Ariel King to court for hurting her hairstyling business.
And please explain to me, Ms. King, the basis of your countersuit.
I am countering $2,000 for my damage of my hair and having to do treatment for it to bounce back and restore my curls, and also for my pain and suffering. Because at the end of the day, my hair is my brand. So it really put a dent in my hair care journey and in my content and in my brand of putting on social media.
So I'm looking through this evidence, Ms. Wilson, and I'm seeing the cancellation messages. And they vary. There are a lot of people saying that they need to cancel. Were these coming in all at once after the video, or was
Yes.
these just over a series of how many months? They're not dated. So how long were these cancellations in between one another?
They should be dated at the top, but it was within the week that she posted the video.
Oh, and these are people that are normally weekly clients.
Yes, have never canceled an appointment ever. And when I would try to later on when I was trying to get reasonings after I found out about the video, I went back to ask if the video was the cause. And while I was also trying to reach out to Ms. King about why she did this and if there was any way that I could correct it.
All right, so you're suing for defamation. In order to prove that you've been defamed, you have to prove that the statement was false, right? The defense to that is that it's truth. What Ms. King is saying is that you nuked her hair. And this court has to determine that while you did straighten your hair, did you straighten it to the level that it would consider it being nuked? From looking at the pictures of her hair, it does not appear to be nuked.
Judge Lake's verdict when We the People returns. You're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake.
Maybe on that first wash back, your curls did not restore to where they are now. And maybe after a few treatments, it took you to bring them back. That doesn't necessarily mean she did something intentional or negligent. I especially paid attention to the testimony where she said she walked you through the process. Very, very specific about showing you in one section of hair what it would do, and then you agreeing that, yes, I want to continue. That, to me, is you agreeing to the service. I'm really trying to see what would make you do a video like that to all of your followers. You did know it would cause harm. It did cause harm because in that same week, she had like 5, 6 cancellations. And so for that reason, this court is going to award the plaintiff $3,000, and the court is going to dismiss your countersuit. Court is adjourned.
All rise.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $3,000.
Do you have any final comments with each other?
Sorry, but your hair looks great now.
Thank you.
Please follow me this way.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.